Morning. You're going to do a lesson on the Black Death today. And a quick special note before you get started on this, while there are some similarities between what happened during the Black Death and what's happening now, there's one very, very important difference. The Black Death was a totally different disease. It spread differently, caused different symptoms, and the Black Death was much, much more deadly than COVID-19 is. So I don't want you to do this lesson and freak out thinking this is what's going to happen here. It's definitely totally different. So keep that in mind as you go through this lesson. The objectives: number one, I can explain what the Black Death was and how it changed Europe by completing a graphic organizer and taking a quiz on the subject. And number two, I can compare and contrast what happened in Europe during the Black Death with what is happening in the United States with the COVID-19 pandemic by writing a journal entry. So the first step, you're going to need to log into BrainPop. The username, it's all one word, all lowercase, is Troy, JHS. The username, all one word, all lowercase, is BrainPop. Once you're in, you can watch the video as many times as you want. And I also find it very helpful to look back at the movie transcript. You can see how things are spelled. It could help you fill out your notes if you go back and look at this. Once you watch the video as many times as you want, use the transcript as much as you want, you're going to come back and complete this graphic organizer. So you need to write at least 2 things in each box, and I've put bullet points in there for you to help remind you. For transmission, we're looking at how did the disease spread. For physical symptoms, what happened to a person once they got the disease. Probably most importantly, what effect did the Black Death have on society? We were studying feudalism, and the Black Death is going to help bring an end to feudalism. Watch the video and see how. And finally, treatments. How did doctors try to treat the disease? Once you have that filled out, I would go ahead and move on and do the quiz at that point. So for the quiz, you can rewatch the video as you take the quiz, you can use your notes, you can use the transcript, whatever you need to do. It's all open notes, just you're not working with a partner on this. That's one thing you do need to know. When you're done with the quiz, I would go back and do the journal entry. There's the prompt is this: you're comparing and contrasting the Black Death pandemic with the COVID-19 pandemic. How are they similar and different? If you're not very up to date on information on COVID-19, I give you a link that will take you to this information from our government's CDC, the Center for Disease Control, and it's got a couple facts about COVID-19. Once you are confident you're ready to write, you need to include at least 1 similarity and 2 differences between the Black Death pandemic and the COVID-19 pandemic. As far as effects on society, you're living through it, you're witnessing it, so you can put some details from what you see going on in the country now in that category. After the video, you should be pretty easily able to come up with some differences between symptoms and transmission and treatments of the diseases as well. There are not really many similarities in those areas. I also want you to answer this question: why are we better off in 2020 during this pandemic than people in Europe were during the Middle Ages and the Black Death pandemic? Think about medical science and how different it is today. And your only job, you can organize it however you want, but you need to fill up this space, the rest of this page, without changing font size or margins. The journal entry and the graphic organizer together are going to be worth 15 points. Please, if you have any questions or feel stuck on something, email me, and we'll go from there. Good luck.